What are some harmless ways to fuck with people? My dad used to have this game with a friend. They embarrassed me endlessly when I was a teen, but that was a bonus. Basically, when they were walking in the street, whenever they were passing someone, they would say things like, "Remember when you pushed your mother-in-law down the stairs?" Or, it wasn't that much drug. Usually, "I carry way more than that." Or, "Where did you hide the knife after stabbing him?" You get the idea. Anything absolutely awful, as if they were having an entire conversation about drugs, murder, whatever. My dad and his friend had the whole hippie look as well, so innocent passersby would quickly cross the street. When using the military phonetic alphabet, I'll use all the right ones except U, A's in alpha, G as in golf, Q as in cucumber. Cucumber starts with C. Oh, that's a sea cucumber. I meant a regular one. I mispronounce famous people's names constantly, then say it correctly randomly so they never know what to expect. Billy Eilish, John Legends, Jason Ackles. When at work, tell someone, "I'm going to the bathroom. Do you need anything?" When someone announces that they're going to the bathroom, say, "I hope everything comes out okay." Tell them I said, My response to that is usually just have fun. Buy a set of voice-activated or motion-activated stickers from Amazon, and the possibilities are endless. I'm so getting these for the toilet at work. I mess with colleagues during meetings by controlling how they sit. You copy everything they do to start. They lean back, you lean back, etc. Then slowly take the lead. If they're sitting back, sit forwards. I've managed to start Mexican waves of people moving back and forth in meetings. Oh man, do I have a story. In my freshman year of college, my roommate was a very neat and orderly person. He had every pencil in place, every paper had a folder, and his things got neatly packed away. We were pretty amicable towards one another, even with my messy living. At first, when he would leave for classes, I would admire how tidy his desk was and thought to myself I should fuck with that. For the whole year we lived together, I would sneak use staples everywhere on his stuff. Homework folder, staple. Pencil case, staple. Backpack, staple. Shower caddy. You bet that pube-infested bar of soap got a staple on it. Hell, even the TV remote got a staple in it between the batteries, so when they died, he would eventually find another. I did it often, but was careful to space the staple events far enough apart to not raise a suspicion on myself. I further protected myself by making a huge deal of having to borrow the across-the-hall neighbor's stapler whenever I needed to bind papers together. About March of our second semester, he had become insanely suspicious of anybody with a stapler and watched them like a hawk. The straw that broke the camel's back. I had asked him one night what his plans were under the guise of having a companion over for a visit. He said after dinner he had to go check out some obscure book at the library. When he left and headed to the dining hall, I snuck off to the library, found the obscure book he needed, and clicked a staple into it. He gets back to the dorm room and I'm doing homework in the same spot when he had left an hour earlier, claiming the meetup didn't end up happening. He sits down at his desk and opens up his newly rented book, and I hear that staple fall out onto his desk. All I hear after that is, "Yo, where the fuck all these goddamn staples coming from?" I revealed myself after graduation when I mailed him a birthday card with a used staple in it. Thankfully, he got the biggest kick out of the card and we still talk daily. I put used staples in, on, and around my roommate's thing. This got a genuine out loud laugh from me. Well done. What a harmless, evil prank. I'm a huge fan of just handing somebody something without any explanation and walking away. Someone at a big camping party once handed us a bottle of rum. Didn't say anything or answer our questions, just handed it over and walked away. He was pretty pissed like 2 hours later when he came back for it, and we had already drank it all. What else were you supposed to do with it? Someone handed me a bottle of liquor and then leaving seems like a pretty green light to start drinking it long. I do this every so often because it's kind of a game to me to see how long I can keep it up till the person catches on. I repeat the last word the person says in question form. Example, "Hey, me and Jenny are headed to Jim's Pizza Hut." Jim's Pizza Hut. Yeah, you know, the one on F Street, over there near the harbor with the big carousel. Carousel? Oh yeah, you know, the one you went with me and Jane. Jane, my girlfriend. Girlfriend? Okay, what the fuck is wrong with you? Once they call you out and have caught on, the game ends. I've carried on a conversation over an hour once doing this. It's really awesome when the person you are doing it to has gone through this a few times with you. My daughter has gotten me a few times herself, and she'll laugh on and off for the day at my expense. Her husband has called me an ass for teaching this to her a few times too. This is especially humorous to me because former international hostage negotiator for the FBI, Chris Voss, PE, teaches this in his book, Never Split the Difference. Negotiating as if your life depends on it. It's called mirroring, the act of repeating the last few words back to them in order to gain more information without giving any away. Your price is too high. Too high. Yes, we have to work within a specific budget. Specific budget. That's right. We can't move an inch over $50. I think we can make $50 squirt. When you shake someone's hand, move yours left to right. As they do the traditional up and down, a hilarious circle ensues. I can't believe I've never thought of this. Totally left-right handshaking from now on. I saw someone on Facebook comment on a picture that the three of you look great. There were 4 people in the picture. Every year on National Sibling Day, I post about my 2 great siblings. I have 3 siblings. When someone knocks on the public washroom door, you are in respond with, "Come in." I like asking if they have a warrant. My father prefers to ask if they're ready to answer these "My Riddles 3." Every other week or so, I'd change which side my coworker's drill's belt clip was on. 2 screws and 30 seconds for a maddening payout. I'd if he ever caught on, as he sadly passed away last year. I got a huge kick out of doing it though. Might bring that one back as most of us share the same brand of drill. He got a great one on me. Every day or two, he'd hide a Magic the Gathering card in my toolbox. Never the same spot twice. Genuinely made me mad when I'd pick something up only to see another card hidden beneath. Eventually, I had enough cards to completely cover his locker door inner and outer. He never took them off. Even cut out cards to fit the vents on the locker. I spent a good hour or 2 on my day off making it. Proud of that one. Rip Chris. Pranks haven't been the same since you left. Your locker still remains covered in Magic cards and nobody has questioned it to this day. That is so incredibly sweet. I'm glad you have such a great reminder of your friendship. I put a tiny piece of masking tape over my coworker's mouse laser on April Fool's Day one year. Wrote April Fool's on it. He troubleshot every single thing except examining the mouse. He eventually called it, who simply turned the mouse over and pointed it out to him. Plug in a second mouse. Leave it under their desk, but so you can reach it with your foot. Kick it occasionally. I plugged a wireless mouse onto one of my college professor's computers and moved the mouse around every time he wasn't looking at the screen. Did this for a few days and always took back the USB at the end of class without him noticing. Finally, when doing my final presentation, he realized what was happening when I took my own mouse up with me to click through the slides. When driving, I like to wave at random people as if I knew them. Hilarious to see instant confusion on their faces. I used to wave at random cars if I liked the car. I passed this really nice old Chevy every day on the way to and from work. We now wave to each other every time. When I was little, my mom let my sister invite one of her friends on vacation with us. When we were driving, my sister's friend said, "I've got an idea." Both she and my sister had long hair, so my sister's friend took out a brush, brushed both of their hair in front of their faces, then each put on sunglasses. My mom stopped at a traffic light, and at the same time, my sister and her friend turned to the car next to us. This woman happened to look over, and I watched her jaw drop that she was coming face to face with not one but 2 seemingly cousin-its. Then I watched this person start cracking up. We were the first car, and the light changed right at that moment. The best part was my sister and her friend keeping their composure and not turning away from the person as we pulled away. Edited because a kind Redditor pointed out what I didn't add. Thank you. If I know someone is walking a little ways behind me and I turn a corner with nobody else around, I like to run 10, 20 steps to widen the gap and then laugh to myself thinking that the person behind me will be confused. I doubt anyone ever notices, but I get a kick out of it every time. I do this shit, Leo. And as you start to hear running behind you. I know someone who always takes an item to a party, leaves it somewhere in the house. I a trinket, chach, kick. My aunt fills her medicine cabinet with ping pong balls whenever she has a party. Have they ever made it through the party without being released? I don't think so. Lol, I'm now picturing an entire party staring and smiling as the first time guest exits the bathroom. More stories on the channel. RedStore.